What's going on, weirdos? It's your man Shane Kid Walker here with HollyWeird TV, bringing you all yet another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 10 TV shows that went on far too long. It is no secret that 3 seasons of a show could make or break a series. With that being said, why did these following shows surpass that mark? This video is in no way designed to bash these shows, but to highlight where they may have taken a downturn in quality. Not saying that it was bad, but maybe the big wigs should have ended them on a high note. As always here at HollyWeird TV, we place timestamps in the description below so that you, the viewer, can skip ahead and control the video as you see fit. Without further ado, let's begin. Hold it! Before we begin, we here at HollyWeird TV would like to extend a happy belated birthday to our friend Katie Brown. Happy 22nd birthday, friend, and may you have many more. Number 10, The Game. This entry comes with mixed feelings. On the one hand, the CW's original incarnation of the show was stellar. Great storytelling as it dug deep into the trials and tribulations of professional football. It saw a reasonable yet unfulfilling end in 2009. As a result, fans clamored to bring the series back. Their voices were heard, and in 2011, the game made a triumphant return to BET. But that's where the problem kicks in. Instead of carrying on for an additional 3 seasons, it carries on for 6. At that point, the writing of the series became very lackadaisical. After the departure of Tiamari and Pooch Hall, the show could have ended entirely if the writing permitted. Instead, they introduced 2 new characters that served as a modern proxy for Darren and Melanie, to mixed reviews at best. It became unnecessarily topsy-turvy as the writers were trying too hard in the drama department. Nonetheless, not a bad show overall, but it could have ended at season 5. Number 9, The Simpsons. Okay, weirdos, I know what y'all are thinking. Shane, you literally just ranked The Simpsons among the best of the past season. You guys are totally right about that. But that still doesn't mean that the show should still be on Fox after 32 fucking years. The first decade of The Simpsons' existence was amazing, but somewhere after season 12, the show became repetitive in terms of visual and actual plot. America's favorite family started to become a bit stale in the eyes of viewers and critics. Yes, they are ageless. No, I mean that literally. Bart is still 10 years old after 30 plus years. As iconic as The Simpsons are, we personally do think that it's time for the Yellow family to finally get their swan song. Number 8, Glee. Glee is hands down one of Fox's greatest shows ever. But it didn't have to air for 6 seasons. Even though it has many accolades to its credits, the show could have been done at season 4. Nothing against season 5 and 6 as they were actually great in my opinion, but at that point it was just overkill. It seemed as if it had a lot more to prove and it actually didn't. The show's tone was modest throughout, but we literally watched the cast, including the late great Corey Monteith, grow up right before our eyes. Had the show stopped at the conclusion of season 4, then it would rank higher among the greatest series of all time. Number 7, Married with Children. Okay, look, weirdos, this is a personal favorite of mine. I do believe that this show changed the standard for sitcoms that follow behind them. Nonetheless, 11 seasons of this show wasn't bad. It's just unheard of for normal sitcoms. Yeah, it was the same trope that we grew to love in the late 80s, but by the time Married with Children came to an end, it became a worn out plot device. Married with Children is known for pushing an envelope with this over-the-top raunchiness. Although still successful, it could no longer compete with what it actually started. Take into consideration that Married with Children was going against the likes of Friends, the Wayans Brothers, and the Fresh Prince in the 90s. Their vice grip was slowly slipping. Number 6, A Different World. One of the most unique concepts in television history, A Different World takes a look at college life at an HBCU. Originally centered around Denise Hustable's college experience at her parents' alma mater, Hillman College. After announcing her real-life pregnancy, Lisa Bonet was removed from the show, and the show was retooled to center around Dwayne and Whitley. Season 4 ended on a cliffhanger after Dwayne proposed to Whitley. This sets up a concluding season 5, right? Wrong. Turns out season 5 was the worst of all. We'll cover that in a later video. After a breakup no one asked for, Dwayne and Whitley finally married at the conclusion of season 5. So now it ends. No. The show mercifully ended after season 6 when Dwayne and Whitley set sail for Japan. Number 5, Smallville. Who doesn't love a good origin story? We here at HollyWeird TV and Fantastic Productions love ourselves a great origin story. For a while, Smallville was the go-to for exactly that. Around season 6, the show became real clusterfuckery as it went from, okay, this is how Clark Kent became Superman, and this is the drama he deals with. It went from humanizing him to turn him into a superhero, back to humanizing him to making him a lover boy. At the dawn of season 7, it was clear that the show should be ending by the year's end. Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor, left the show without a true antagonist and without a true conclusion to their rivalry. Why keep the show going? Smallville came to an end in May 2011, 4 years after its expiration date. Number 4, Law and Order, all variations. This next entry is going to remain as general as possible as there are literally 5 different variations of the series. Since 1990, Law and Order has dominated the crime, drama, and procedural genre in television. This is 2020, one of the worst years ever, and for obvious reasons. And there are 2 new orders for Law and Order spinoffs. Okay guys, look, it may seem like I'm hating right now, but hear me out. Law and Order is old and stale now. It was clever in its infancy, but as it grew and gotten old, it had no choice but to become repetitive. As a viewer, we have seen every scenario in a criminal life imaginable. It's like taking the same law and ethics course over and over and over again with no end in sight. Number 3, Grey's Anatomy. One of the most successful and, as of February 28, 2019, the longest running medical drama of all time. But that's just it. That's the problem. There is only so much story to tell in a medical drama, let alone one that has been running for nearly 20 years. I get that Meredith Grey has a disdain for her mother, but do we need to hear the same narrative for 20 seasons? That we should have gotten by 8? It's as if the characters are meant to come of age, but they never do. It's like watching a live action animation at this point. It makes the entire series feel counterproductive on the whole. Number 2, American Idol. So this next one is going to be mostly negative. I personally never understood the appeal of American Idol. It is a reality-based singing competition, and it did give us the likes of Jordan Sparks, Jennifer Hudson, and Fantasia, but it hasn't really done anything for anyone else. The show was finally canceled by Fox in 2016. That was the end of the suffering, right? Nope, because in 2018 the series was picked up by ABC for a second run. Not to totally take away from the show, but it was one of those that ultimately proved that if your ratings are great, then we'll give you a shot despite how uninteresting the show is. Before we continue, HollyWeird would like to pause and recognize some honorable mentions. Number 1, 2.5 Men. And there it is. No, this will not be a dig, for 2.5 Men have proven to be one of the best sitcoms ever. During the Charlie Sheen era, this show took CBS's comedy lineup to brand new heights. However, like anything else he does, Sheen burns bridges behind the scenes and he gets fired. This should have ended the show's run on the whole. I mean, who could possibly replace Charlie in a sitcom he helped make iconic? Law Ashton Kutcher. Not taking anything away from Kutcher, but the aesthetic was never the same. Kutcher did what he could to help steer the ship to moderate success. Though not one of the worst cases we've seen, it's still the most prolific. Do you all agree? If so or if not, please tell us about it in the comment section below. If you have any ideas on what we should do next, by all means leave your recommendations in the comment section too. Yeah, we actually read those things and we give shoutouts to the recommenders. Next week on HollyWeird TV, we're going to take a look at the 10 upcoming films that are a must-see. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring that dang on bell to get all of our notifications. Until then, remember, Hollywood is a weird place. I'm your man Shane Kid Walker, and this is HollyWeird TV.